Yo, look. So today I wanted to talk to y'all about how people are watching you. And I'm not on no conspiracy jump where I'm saying like, you go into a store, you got somebody peeping through the window, or you got the mosquito on the wall, that's really some type of agent. I'm not on none of that. What I'm telling you is people are watching you, so you have influence. And with that being said, a good example of this would be your little sister or your little brother. They are looking up to you, or either they are looking at what you do. And whatever you do, as they grow up, they will have the perception that that is something that will be okay with doing because of the fact that you did that exact same thing. And when you start to put your whole perspective of whatever I do, other people may be motivated to do, you start to become a lot more cautious and conscious of what you're doing, your actions, what people see you do. Because I'm telling you now, your reputation is always going to be one of the most important things. Now, of course, you can't care about what people think about you and what they say. You want to do this and all that type of stuff. Your aspirations or dreams or how you think is a whole different aspect versus your reputation. Your reputation is you not a liar for real. You're a good person. You're not doing people wrong or any of that, because that will come into play when people look at you and they will think and see you as someone that doesn't really care for others or isn't trustworthy. And your word all is backed by that. Your words are backed by your reputation, who you are. So with that, like I said, you have influenced your brothers, your sisters, anybody that was younger than you, and some even older than you, to walk into other directions in your life already. The fact that you are walking and living your life and just being you at the end of the day, that inspires people, that points people into the same directions or catapults them into the idea that I should be trying to do the exact same thing. I should be trying to achieve my goals. I should be trying to get my money stacked up. I should be trying to any of that. And that's one of the biggest reasons why music and social media has kind of like corrupted most of the people's lives and perspectives, because they have this perception of what other people are living like. A good example would be I don't know. Damn, bro. See, and I normally edit that, have me a little clip for this, but I can't do that. We just gonna talk raw, unfiltered. But young boy, you know, young boy being naturally himself, which I'm not gonna lie to you, he's looked at as a god. Like Charleston White really said, who was the young people's god? That was young boy, 100%. And when you look and see what this world is like, you recognize how big his influence is. You never seen people legit just bow-legged walking around angry for no reason as much as they are today. No one, I don't think anyone made it as cool to be like that until now. Now of course we've had other examples like, just other people that popped out and they was just awesome. Yeah, I run this, but spazzing out, going crazy, talking about killing, murdering innocent people or bad people or any of these type of things. You are more influenced to do these things likely, but that is truly just NBA Youngboy, his environment. I've told y'all this before, that everybody's life is a story, and that was what his life produced. It produced someone who's went through these hardships and these problems and any of that. And when he came out and expressed everything he was going through, it made people that have went through the exact same thing as him pop out and be exactly on that same wavelength. They look at him as he was depressed, he was been through this stuff, he's been shot at, he's been killed people. And a lot of people probably have done those exact same things, have been there or experienced those exact same things. And just because of that in itself, dang, it just started raining, gang. Wow. But I was about to try to go to this Best Buy, see if I can get this laptop fixed in my little MacBook. But back to what I was saying. He influenced people. With that being said, you have Kendrick, who is trying his best to get people back away from that type of stuff, because at the end of the day, I can't truly be mad at YoungBoy or upset at him just expressing himself. Now, honestly, that's him just expressing and being him. But that's what Kendrick Lamar is trying to switch around, that he sees that the direction of what rappers and all these other people have done, they are influencing the youth to not even look as happy. Like, if you think about it, kids are not as happy. They post about being depressed and all this type of stuff. But that was never something that was made to be lit or positive, which nothing's wrong with being vulnerable, but the state and what we're at, we need stuff that uplifts people and motivates them to be a better person or any of those type of things. And now that I've gotten to a certain age, I've recognized that even I have pointed people in the wrong direction sometimes with my own posts. Like, I seen a video where, when I was going through a real religious stage or any of this type of stuff, it was a video of like somebody telling people that God's judgment will be coming, and his judgment, he said to this one lady, she ended up posting a picture that was like encouraging people to fall away from the faith or whatever. And it was like, I think he said, God said, I'm not judging you because of what you posted. I'm judging you because of all the people that you misled during that post, with that post. And when I thought about that, I did have to recognize, like, if you have 100 followers, 200 followers in a room, that's a lot of people. You can't fit 100 people in this room that I'm in. So for you to be able to say that I have this amount of audience or this amount of people around me that I could post something and they might agree with me on, that speaks for itself on how people can really be led in different directions, because not everybody should be having that big of an influence. You got kids that have legit not even experienced life and they are telling you how to live it. I'm not saying that I'm positive there's somebody that's older than me, 50, 60 years old, that 100% has more knowledge than me. But I do have a strong moral compass. I have a strong idea of what's good and right and recognizing what I shouldn't be doing. And like I said, I've posted things that I'm positive I've gotten people in the wrong direction, in the wrong mindset because of. But me being conscious of these things, the fact that even when I do stuff around my family, I got younger kids looking at me. I got a little sister that looks at me, and I'm positive of that. How I treat her, that is all something that you have to start taking accountability of and start being conscious of, because you realize you're the only person when it comes to family and those friends. When you're close to somebody and you have that type of bond, type of relationship, you can influence those people and make them feel as if something is normal when it's not. So when you got that friend that you be talking junk about and it's just jokes, you don't recognize how in their head subconsciously, whatever you said, like if you saying, you don't know how to dress, you dusty, you don't get nobody, that can plague them mentally in their own head. And that same thing goes for your family, and as time passes, everybody starts to recognize where their flaws were. That's why they stop doing it. But that all comes with time, and that all comes with you becoming more conscious of the fact that you have everything that Kendrick, NBA YoungBoy, all these rappers already have. It's just not on that level that they are. But you already have the influence. And with that influence, you want to point people in the correct direction. Just like Kendrick said, I remember you as using your influence, misusing your influence. You know what I'm talking about. You do not want to be the one that led people in the wrong direction. I saw where Future, he met Juice WRLD, and Juice WRLD, he said, I didn't start doing drugs till I heard the Future song that you had, any of that type of stuff. And Future was like, dang, my bad. But later on, when you start losing your soul for real, you start to not care at the end of the day, because you're profiting off of the money. You're profiting off of these things. And even NBA YoungBoy recognized that he has influenced and put money, he has put money over his influence and of what he's done to people. The music that he plays it gets in other kids' heads. You know, like he had that interview, he was shaking and he was just recognizing where he hasn't used his influence in the best way that he could. And at some point, I'm positive everyone has come across that exact same thing. And I want y'all to all recognize what it is that you have now. You have the influence to bring the people that you want to. You just have to be yourself. Not everybody's going to connect with you. Not everybody's going to be on that same wavelength as you, but you will attract those people that are. And when you start to be yourself, but also be a good version of yourself, because there are people that are unhealed. Excuse me. There are people that are 100% unhealed with those same traumas, those same problems, and they may be feeling like this is just normal, but instead of influencing people and saying the worst things, you probably need to go work on yourself in the first place. You know, this world does shape you. And when you're shaped by the world, you don't become as genuine and original as you truly are. But, you know, I had to make me a quick video about this, just talking real quick, because I'm staying consistent. I know that I got 140 subscribers, and I know that I only have maybe 19 views, 20 views, 15 views, regardless. I know that at some point somebody's going to see my videos and they're going to be influenced by what I speak, what I say. And that's why I try to point people in the most correct direction as possible. So I just want y'all to continue to recognize what you're doing. Be conscious of your actions. Be conscious of the fact that you have people, the 100 followers you got, the little brother you got, the little sister, the kids you have. Whatever they are exposed to, whatever they look at you doing, they're going to start to believe that is exactly perfectly fine. And when you start recognizing that you have influence, you have the power to change other people's lives just by one thing. Like I said, I'm gonna end it off with this. I started my YouTube channel. I went crazy for a little bit, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was going through some type of awakening or frontal lobe processing, whatever you want to say it. And I recognized how I put my YouTube channel in my thing, my Instagram channel, and then I started posting about it consistently. And I saw two people that I used to go to school with. They all of a sudden posted their own YouTube and their own Instagram. And with that, it did cheer me up. Of course, I was a little pissed off at that time. So I'm just like, man, these people over here trying to follow me. But regardless, I influence people to pop out and be their natural selves. Pop out with, when I only had 50 subscribers, they had 148. They had 25 or any of those. And it influenced them to go ahead and do their own thing. And just for me to be able to say I did that just by being me, being my complete natural self, nobody else telling me what I need to be like or any of that, just me being genuinely myself, I was able to change two people's lives. Even though I've done more now, I see that I've got like 2K likes on this video. I get 21,000, one of those two views. I know my videos have helped people out. I know that they have led other people who have small content, small YouTube channels, also to just keep posting, keep going, keep doing the things that they need to. And with that being said, it brings joy to me. But we can all do that. We can all move in the correct directions that we need to. So yeah, you know, this is a raw, unedited video, just me talking a little bit, but it's something that I want y'all to recognize, that you already have the power that you need. You just have to utilize and take advantage of it. You not in no Instagram, no anything that you have, you don't have 0 followers most of the time. You at least got 5, 10, and you should be grateful for the fact that you have those type of people that would even support you in the first place. Of course, you got people that are just watching you, and that's a whole separate videos, monitoring spirits, people that just watch you, any of those type of things. It's a whole different video. But for the people that actually leave comments or have liked your video or any of that, that may have made their day. That may have made it just as simple as saying you look amazing today to somebody you met on the street, good morning. That can make their day. And you posting, you doing something and utilizing being yourself, that already does it itself. So just continue to keep being you. Remember that you have influence. You already have the power you need, and remember to stay happy.